Dino Lunardi fourth. Colin Brown is the car just in front in the United Autosports colours. So Colin now able to get by Ross Warburton on the exit of 16. 4 minutes to go.
So with Dino Lunardi clearing that Ross Warburton car, the four cars at the end of that straight are 1 to 4, and the gap between the four of them, 2.7 seconds, 4 minutes to go. Remember, 25 minutes ago, 30 seconds between a lot of them.
Oh yeah,
astounding stuff. Some. Brilliant racing here. Yeah. Dino Lunardi now having a look at Colin Brown. I just wonder if he's just watching whether or not Colin's pace is bringing him forward. Don't make the risk there. See whether or not there's an opportunity in the final couple of laps here. But these guys all absolutely duking it out.
3.5 to go now, so we'll do the rest of this lap and one more, maybe two more.
Maybe two.
Yeah, it's going to be close. And let's just enjoy the fight in real time rather than working out how much more we've got to go.
There are no gaps in the top four that number more than a second right now.
Indeed.
0.9 of a second back to James Littlejohn, 0.8 back to Colin Brown, 0.475 back to Dino Lunardi, 2.2 seconds the gap, 3 minutes to go. Noble, Littlejohn, Brown, Lunardi, Koriakos-Nielsen, Koriakos-Nielsen, United Autosports and Motorsport 98.
And James Littlejohn still finding speed because he's just set the car's best first sector time on this lap. So impressive there from the Londoner. And in 14th position, bear in mind, still the GT3 lead is held by Giacomo Piccini. That's far less likely to change than this leading quartet.
Under 2 seconds the gap now, not for the lead, for the top four, and with no real caution that's affected this. This has been cracking green flag running from these four guys. Wonderful, wonderful stuff for the season finale at the Michelin Le Mans Cup.
They're going across the line with 2 minutes and 15 on the clock. It takes you 1 minute and 44 to get around here. So starting the penultimate lap now, Colin Noble, James Littlejohn, who is on the defensive, and Colin Brown overlapping. Dino Lunardi might be the man to luck into all of this and overtake the two of them. They're in the same order, but Colin Brown darting to the right. He can't do it at turn 4 though.
So playing a bit of a defensive game in defence of his position, but also playing a bit of rear gunner here as well, perhaps unwittingly, but Colin Noble has pressed that escape button again, hasn't he? Get out of here.
Safest place to be, you could argue, with the Red River Sport backed Koriakos machine then still in second position, with in third United Autosports Colin Brown. And big grins down at the Koriakos team then. They're enjoying this. Yeah,
spotting Roger Bennett there, Superbike racer. He's one of the team managers with the Koriakos-Nielsen, enjoying that thoroughly. He'll know about wheel-to-wheel racing.
Well, certainly, and we've had plenty of this. And as the United Autosports car still got the opportunity, there was contact at 6, I'm afraid, between Jacques Wolf and the 77 Ferrari of Andrea Piccini.
That's the 5th place car of Wolf. What is that going to cost him in terms of 5th place? It's 11 seconds back to the CD Sport car in 6th, but we can't worry about that at the moment because we've got under a minute to go now and under 1.5 seconds between these four.
Well, the other concerning thing about Piccini's Ferrari was that he was under pressure from Giorgio Serna-Giotto, and that's for a podium in the GT3 category. Just 0.8 of a second between them now because Piccini was delayed through 6. This is Colin Brown's opportunity, surely, on James Littlejohn. Out of 16 they go. The United Autosports car has the inside line now for turn number 1. James Littlejohn stuck on the outside. What can he do? If anything, the Koriakos car looks slightly better down the tubes here, but Colin Brown and Dino Lunardi's going to tuck in. No, he can't quite do it. I thought the hole generated by Colin Brown might benefit Dino Lunardi. It's just the 1-place gain, though, for the American.
Sublime run through the final turn there from Colin. Knew exactly where he wanted to put that car. Put it there. Absolutely clean. Beautifully done. 2nd place, United Autosports and Colin Brown.
All about momentum, all about putting the car in a gap that hasn't yet emerged, but you preempt it, and that's exactly what Colin Brown did. So up to 2nd position, up to 2nd place on this final lap, but James Littlejohn is not done yet.
But neither is Colin Brown. Could he do this again? Could he do it through the final turn? Excellent stuff from all these four guys. Absolutely clean as a whistle this lead battle has been over the last 20 minutes. Excellent, excellent stuff. LMP3 racing at its finest.
I think he's relying on a slight error from Colin Noble that are like hen's teeth, and he's very wide indeed out of turn 12, so that might mean the opportunity swings back in the favour and James Littlejohn and possibly Dino Lunardi for the podium. We can't fit them all on for this final podium of the season. They would love it if that was the case, but we're going to have to lose one in this leading quartet. It's been tremendous entertainment for the last 2 hours, pretty much. The final event then of the 2018 Michelin Le Mans Cup season, and it's going to be all about the final step on the podium, because Colin Noble will win this. Colin Brown in second position is going to come close, but just fall short. And third position will go to James Littlejohn by a nose from Dino Lunardi.
Fantastic stuff for the season finale for Kyrgios-Nielsen. Well done, Colin Brown, made a hell of a race of that. Kyrgios-Nielsen, 2 cars on the podium, 2 crews on the podium. Hard luck, Dino Lunardi in Motorsport 98, a run that really deserved at least a podium finish. Kessel Racing come home with Giacomo Puccini to take another win and to further secure, put more nails in the board holding up the thing that says champions of GT3. They'll be going to Le Mans. Kessel Racing comes home in 13th position overall. Home as well comes CD Sports with the number 30 car. United Autosports Christian England leapfrogs as well. The number 21 car was off right at the end of the race. They come home in 7th. Then Graf Racing, Cool Racing and RLRM Sports, after dominating that middle part of the race, come back with nothing better than 10th for John Farano.
There were some puzzling expressions down in the Kessel Racing Ferrari garage there. Almost, well, they just seemed a bit perplexed, almost as if there's a decision still to come. I hope not about the 8 car. There was a message on the screen to say something about the 77 is going to be investigated, so maybe Andrea Puccini and his podium is under question. But just 0.6 of a second off the back of Puccini at the flag was Giorgio Sernagiotto, and of course he was racing with Manuela Gosner in this race for the first time this year.
Well, we get to see the Kyrgios-Nielsen guys again later today, of course, in the 4 hours of the Europe